As a skincare content creator, I go on TikTok pretty frequently. Some of these videos have good advice, but most of them are filled with lies and misleading. In this video, I'm going to be reacting to TikTok skincare advice and I'll break down whether I agree or disagree with them. Let's get into it.
A lot of men think acne is all random. It's not. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do on each of those zones to finally have clear skin. Let's start with zone number 1. Hairline acne. It primarily comes from using the wrong hair product, which means that if you see any of your hair products contain any of these 8 ingredients in them, you're going to want to replace them immediately.
I actually do agree with this because a lot of these companies that sell hair products, they make their profits by including cheap ingredients in their products. And the problem with this is that these ingredients are just not good for your hair or your skin. Because obviously if you're going to use those hair products, it's going to be around your hairline and your forehead area. So those hair products are also going to be affecting your skin. And that's a big reason why I don't use hair products anymore. I used to use things like clay, pomade, leave-in conditioner, curl cream. I used to use all of those things, but I just cut them out because the ingredients in those products were just terrible for your skin. All I use now is a shampoo and conditioner.
On top of that, I want you to give that hairline area extra attention when you wash your face. To do that, the best type of face wash will always have a salicylic acid. The one that I use is from Geology.
Alright, he's kind of over exaggerating. The best type of face wash isn't always gonna have salicylic acid. I don't even use salicylic acid at all, not even in my face wash. And the reason for that is that I use better products for treating acne. I use tretinoin, and that is by far better when it comes to treating acne than salicylic acid. But salicylic acid is still a solid product for treating mild acne. And also, you don't want to be using a salicylic acid face wash every single day because that will just strip your skin of all of its oils and you're gonna break out because of that. Your skin's just gonna be so dry.
Zone number 2, it's your forehead and your nose. According to studies, it is a result of trapped sweat. So you're gonna want to boil a pot of water. Then you're gonna place your face over the bowl with a towel over your head. The steam is gonna open up your pores.
This is one of the biggest skincare myths of all time. I don't know how this myth is still going on. Everyone says it. Your pores don't actually open and close. They're not like doors. So I don't see how this method would actually work.
Which is gonna allow the trapped sweat to be released, and then you're gonna have to wash your face. Make sure you get all that sweat so it doesn't get retrapped. And the only way to do that is with the face wash with salicylic acid. I use it from a brand called Geology for the last 5 years. This is the best you'll find in the game at 70% off. If you guys wanna check out Geology, it's gonna be linked down below.
Alright, so now this video makes more sense. He was just trying to make an ad for Geology for that salicylic acid face wash. I mean, I'm not even surprised at this point. That's all TikTok is. It's just filled with videos of ads that promote these companies so that people can sell products to you. Alright, so now let's look at someone's full skincare routine.
I've been getting questions on how my skin is so clear, so here's my everyday skincare routine. So I make sure my face is damp and not soaking wet, and then I go in with a CeraVe hydrating cleanser. This works best for me because it brightens up my face, especially in the morning when I'm tired. Next, I apply rose water to my face, and while it's still wet, just pat it on gently. Then I apply the Cetaphil moisturizing cream to my entire face. This cream brightens up my face and gives it a glowing look in the morning. Then I use Advanced Clinic Dark Circle Serum, and this is for anyone with dark circles or eye bags. You can buy all these items on my Amazon storefront. The link is in my bio.
I actually kind of like this video. His skincare routine is pretty simple. It's only like 4 or 5 steps and it gets the job done. My only critique of this TikTok is that at the beginning of the video, it has the caption, "The key to clear skin." But if you have acne and you try out this skincare routine, I guarantee you that you're not gonna have clear skin from using it. And the reason for that is that he doesn't really have any products that help fight acne. I mean, yeah, he uses rose water, but I don't think rose water is gonna instantly clear up your acne like many people say. And he also uses the CeraVe hydrating cleanser. That's not gonna clear up your acne at all. Maybe it'll help clear up your skin a little bit, but it doesn't have any active ingredients like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide that will exfoliate the skin. And so you're not gonna be able to clear up your acne if you do use this skincare routine. I feel like this is a good routine if you already have pretty clear skin and you're just trying to maintain that. This next skincare routine we're gonna look at is actually supposed to help fight acne, so let's see what they have in their routine. To be honest, I am genuinely worried for this guy because this skincare routine is terrible. I'm sorry, I just had to say it. So if you guys have been following my channel, you guys know that I really like tretinoin. I think that tretinoin is the best skincare ingredient of all time. There's not much that can beat it. And he actually has tretinoin in his skincare routine. And I was thinking that this skincare routine was going pretty well until the end. He says that he uses clindamycin and benzoyl peroxide in the same night, which is absolutely insane to me. I don't have an issue with clindamycin because I've used it before and it's not that drying at all. When it comes to benzoyl peroxide though, benzoyl peroxide can definitely be drying. And using both tretinoin and benzoyl peroxide in the same routine is absolutely going to dry out your skin so much because tretinoin itself is already so drying. I mean, handling tretinoin by itself is already so difficult because of its drying effects. But when you're adding benzoyl peroxide into the equation, benzoyl peroxide is also very stripping. So when you use both in the same routine, your skin's gonna be absolutely cooked. I would just imagine that your skin would become extremely red and start to peel. And when this happens, more likely than not, your skin will start to break out and your skin's gonna get even worse. So my advice to this guy is either you choose one or the other. And I would say go for the tretinoin because it's better for the long-term effects. Clindamycin is actually an antibiotic, but the problem with this is that bacteria becomes resistant to that antibiotic, so it's gonna stop working eventually. On the other hand, tretinoin is always going to be working for your skin, so it's just going to be better for that long-term use and you won't have to switch up your routine so frequently. And yeah, this guy's skin barrier is definitely damaged. I mean, at the end he says add more moisturizer if it burns. Your skin should not be burning. Let's look at the next routine for fighting acne. So straight off the bat, it looks like this guy had a lot of post-inflammatory erythema, which means that he probably had a lot of acne beforehand, so his acne must have cleared up a lot. So this guy's skincare routine is pretty solid, it's pretty simple. I am a little concerned though because I feel like this guy kind of gives misleading results. And I don't know this guy personally, but I do feel like he's kind of lying. He says that this is the skincare routine that cleared up his acne in 6 months, but I don't feel like it's showing the full picture. I do feel like this guy was probably on Accutane because the products that he uses in this routine are all over the counter, and I don't think that over the counter products will able to give you that great of a result. For the amount of acne that he had, he did probably end up going to a dermatologist to use Accutane, which is probably what did most of the job rather than the skincare routine. I'm not saying that the skincare routine didn't help, but probably 90% of the work was done by Accutane. Let's get on to the next skincare routine.
Back from the dermatologist, so here's my new skincare routine, dermatologist approved edition, starting with none other than a cleanser. I usually use Cetaphil, but I only have CeraVe right now, so it'll do. As you can see, it's really a struggle to get off because it's so foamy, but I'm not really complaining because it's getting a deep clean. Always pat dry your face. Next, benzoyl peroxide on any active pimples. Now this is where the dermatologist comes in clutch because here's the clindamycin that I was just prescribed. Using it after your cleanser and before your moisturizer, which I'm moisturizing right now. Always end with a sunscreen. And every other night I use tretinoin.
So this guy's skincare routine is very similar to the one that we reacted to beforehand, where the guy would use tretinoin, clindamycin, and benzoyl peroxide in the same routine every night. The big difference though is that this guy uses benzoyl peroxide as a spot treatment rather than an entire face treatment. This means that he's going to prevent any excessive irritation of the skin because he's only placing the benzoyl peroxide on specific areas. This could come with a downside though because the bacteria will be more likely to get resistant to the clindamycin because it's not mixed with the benzoyl peroxide. Because mixing clindamycin with benzoyl peroxide is more likely to prevent antibiotic resistance. And it's also important that he only uses tretinoin every other night because if he did use it every single night, his skin would probably dry out completely. So by using it every other night, it prevents his skin barrier from getting damaged, and so that's why he has such clear skin. Let's get on to the next skincare TikTok.
You use CeraVe, it's time to throw this shit away. I've been using these for a while, but I've only just realized how bad these are for your skin. I use this app that rates how good each product is, and I found some crazy things. Apparently these products have terrible terrible ingredients. Both the moisturizer and the cleanser were rated terribly, getting only an 11 out of 100, which is these products contain parabens which affect your hormones and sperm activity and even affect fertility. They also include ingredients that cause cancer that aren't even allowed in our foods, but somehow it's okay to use it on your skin. Like what? So I went ahead and looked for other moisturizers, and I found this La Roche-Posay moisturizer, which is excellent. As you see, it's an 100 out of 100, so that means it has all natural ingredients, nothing that'll harm you or damage your body. Also went ahead and found this La Roche-Posay cleanser, which is really good, but it does not say it's good on the app. Literally spoke to a dermatologist about it, and they literally said this is the best cleanser they had. What I'm saying is you can't always trust this app, because they were literally saying a native cleanser would be better than this, and I would just never trust putting native on my skin, on my face. Don't get me wrong, native is great for body wash and deodorant, but for skincare, like for face, no. Sometimes it's better to ask a professional. Overall, this app is pretty cool. It allows you to test a bunch of different products and see which ones are healthy and which ones are not. So I'm gonna be using this a lot.
Okay, so I actually do sometimes use the Yuka app, but I never use the Yuka app to determine whether I'm gonna buy or not buy a product. Because the thing about Yuka is that its ratings are very misleading. I mean, it doesn't make sense that they're able to just look at the ingredients and judge whether it'll be good or not for your health. Because although Yuka has access to the ingredient list of these products, they don't have access to the amount of ingredients that are being used. Let me give you an example in drinking terms. Let's say there's two beverages. One of the beverages is 99% water and 1% alcohol, and the second beverage is 99% alcohol and 1% water. Because the Yuka app can't see the amounts and the percentages of these ingredients, the Yuka app would actually rate both of these beverages the same rating. However, the second drink is way worse for you. I don't even know if it's safe for you to consume that. On the other hand, the first drink is way better for you. It is 99% water, 1% alcohol. I mean, you probably won't even notice that there's alcohol in it. And so that's the big flaw of the Yuka app. It only determines things based on ingredients rather than amounts. If you guys want real good skincare advice, follow me on TikTok at choice.yt or follow my Instagram at choice.yt. I appreciate you guys, and peace.